Hello and welcome to the Philippines. People cooking out here on the street. Got a little wood there and a little pan, probably rice, maybe some fish or something in there. Anyway, had to go to the hospital today, and it's difficult to find a hospital or clinic open. Called a number of numbers that I had on a list. Cebu City Doctor's Hospital. Couldn't get anybody to answer there. And I had been here at this place, Perpetual Succour Hospital, and it is a private Catholic hospital. I was here probably 3 years ago. Look there again. I was looking for a clinic, couldn't find a clinic. Actually, did find a clinic walking down the street, and I went in and I sat, and they opened like 3 in the afternoon. And after people were coming and going into the office, and after about an hour, I asked if they'd give me an estimation of what time I could see the doctor, and they said, "Oh, the doctor doesn't come in until what 7 p.m. or something like that." So it was about 4 then. So I left and started asking people on the street, where can I find a doctor? Where can I see a doctor today? And a couple of them pointed me different directions, and finally somebody said, "Succour Hospital, sir, just down this street, take a right down this street." And Anyway, went in there, asked the front desk, here's how you find places too. This sign here, this is how you find the places to rent. Just walk down the street. And Anyway, I called around, they answered the phone here, and gave me the number of a number of different doctors in there. So I called a couple of those, and a couple of them, their offices were closed, but they answered the phone, so the rest secretary did. And I was finally able to set up an appointment for 3:30 in the afternoon. Now, I am over 60 years old. Didn't come across any checkpoints, but according to one of the executive proclamations, whatever they call it, executive orders, seniors are allowed to go out to take care of essential business. Going to a hospital would be pretty essential in many cases. Wouldn't go there just to sightsee.
Dito, kubla. Kanan lakong building? Oo, ito na tagi. Hindi mo magandang security nga kaning next. Ato na dito pagiyon dito mama, pwede na makagi diya mga cancer patient lang. Ay, okay.
Anyway, this hospital was also very close to where I live, about a 15-minute walk, so not bad at all. And so they directed us to this other area to check in, and they've got they're spraying our hands with alcohol and taking our temperature. The security guard did when we first came in. Now, on a normal day, before the medical issue here, I think you'd probably have 100, 200, 300 people coming and going, patients coming and going. Here, virtually zero.
Di pa rin na may kuan ma'am appointment. Oh, na. Ang sarasan niya. 3:30. Ha? 3:30. 3:30. Sit down sa ma'am. Ako sa kontakon ipasakaw ko kasi.
And so that's why you read the different hospitals. They aren't getting any of their normal patients, and you have to have an appointment to come in here. So, in fact, many of the clinics, they said most of the clinics during April were shut down completely. So the doctors, the nurses, I've read a number of articles where hospitals have laid a lot of people off because they can't support the staff. They don't have that income coming in. They don't have the regular clientele and all that business. And also, they don't have the number of virus patients that they expected to get, that they all set up with. Even here in Cebu City, they've got a couple big new buildings they've built for patients, and they're sitting up. One anyway is sitting empty, partly because they don't have the proper equipment to make it pressure negative so that the air is outflowing. And anyway, here's a look at the CR here, and a little alcohol dispenser, soap and alcohol dispenser, Toilets, no toilet seats, urinals, one of them working. I don't know what it is about urinals in so many places in the Philippines. The malls, you would think they would keep them looking good and clean and operating, but almost any mall you go in, there will be one or two or four or five urinals not working. Not sure why it is so difficult to keep those things operating properly. Anyway, I don't think I'm looking for a gynecologist today. Hopefully, I don't need a gynecologist today. We had the number wrong, so we finally made a phone call back to the doctor. Got the right the right office number. A lot of these doctors work in several different. They might have a clinic they work at, and they also might work at a number of different hospitals as well. This is an this guy is an orthopedist, I guess, if that's a bone doctor, bone, joint, muscle, that type of thing. I had for like 3 months, I've had a real sore left elbow in the bone, and wouldn't go away, wouldn't go away, wouldn't go away. And some days it's very sore, some day, I can still move it, but, it gets sore, especially if I extend it. And I just finally decided I need to go see a doctor. The Advil, tried a couple pain medications, they don't do anything. And here was a secretary here, and he said, well, that's like tennis elbow, probably a tendon in there. And he gave me a referral to their rehab center in the hospital, and that may open up back up. That is closed again. All these places are closed up. A lot of the essential places, you would think.
Hello.
But it will open in June, they hope. They're not sure, but they hope it will open in June. Anyway, I'll also check on the internet, see if there's any exercises. I wasn't given any advice whether to use heat or cold or to bandage. I wasn't given any advice. 500 pesos, 10 US dollars for the consultation, and sent me on my way anyway. I've been lifting some weights exercising about every other day or every third day. I guess I'll stop doing that for a week or so and check the internet, see if I can find out any additional advice there as well. This would be by this house. Huh? I'll buy this lot. I will build here. Huh? And one would have to put in some reinforced barriers, I think. Sooner or later, some car is going to come around the corner and barrel on through there. And anyway, this is where we hang the clothes out, or somebody does anyway. I would be interested to hear what you guys and girls experience if you're needing medical help during these times in your countries or here in the Philippines. Are you able to get in? Are there limitations on when and where you can see doctors and hospitals? Anyway, this is a kind of a warehouse food place up here. They get their food from Carbone Market. Thanks for watching. Safe travels when you can travel. Stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.